if we look at this cross tab, especially if we go into define mode, we can see that this one has been made up of two measures, budget amount and revenue, a dimension salesperson, and this one is actually a use dimension, year to last month comparison. So all of these headers that you see up here, they are right now being shown by their original names, but you can actually change these by the use of dynamic captions. So over here in your properties, we can click dynamic captions. You can see all the elements here, but the amount, revenue, the comparison, or the use dimension. Salesperson name total is actually this one, and salesperson name is that one up there. So for instance, if I would like to change the budget amount name to something else, this cell value is actually responsible for showing the original name. I'm going to delete that because I want to replace budget amount with just budget. And you can see when I apply it, now in both places where I got budget amount is now budget. Please notice that this is a local change, so if you create a new crosstab with budget amount, it will still show as budget amount. Right, let's try something else, the revenue here, but maybe instead I can also show that you can right click just one of these columns. So when I go here and use dynamic captions and use this option, edit for this member, instead of using that one, edit for all members, I can change the name only for that particular column. So instead of revenue, maybe for some reason this one should be amount, and now it shows amount in this column only, while still it's revenue in the first column. Now let's turn the attention to my use dimension with these two comparison elements. It's this one over here. We can click it again to change it. Now the comparison is actually comparing year to previous month, and since we're right now in July 2023, these two columns should be showing data for 2022 January to June and 2023 January to June. So this is what we would like to reflect over here. So again, deleting cell value, but this time I'm going to build my caption in a dynamic way. I'm going to find this YMD hierarchy. That's the one I used for my to use dimension elements, and I would like to in a dynamic way show years. So it says here first year, and also months, month first. I'm going to put a dash here, and then I'm going to add month again. And notice this month first, if I click one of these buttons here, like clicking last, it changes into month last. So it's the range of months, the first month in the range and the last month in the range that it's going to show. And when I apply it, you can see it here. So 2022 January through June and 23 January through June. So that's working perfectly. Let's go to the criteria tab. We can change the dynamic date origin here to simulate a different date. Let's just write with the 14th of September 23, and right away you can see the captions reflect that as well. So now we're looking at data January through August in those 2 years. So going back to today's date, the salesperson name, if we would like to change that, let me show you again how you can use the right click option to edit this particular one. So maybe this one shouldn't be salesperson name, but just salesperson like this. Right, so now we change maybe all the things we would like to change here. Just one last thing, if you should want to get rid of one of your dynamic captions, for instance, the one we did over here where we changed revenue to amount, if we are sorry about that, we can go into table dynamic captions and remove dynamic caption for this member. And now we're back to revenue.